Welcome back to another first impressions, this time for the anime from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. We have the synopsis. Beryl Gardinant, a self-proclaimed humble old man, is a sword instructor at his dojo in a rural backwater village. In his younger years, he dreamed of glory as a master swordsman, but those days are long behind him. Out of the blue, he receives a visit from a famous former pupil who brings him world-shattering news. He's been appointed as a special instructor for the Knights of the Liberian Order, same thing. With his life now turned upside down, Barry travels to the capital and reunites with some of his former students, elite knights, an ace wizard, and even an adventurer who's attained the highest skill rank possible. But why do they all want his tutelage? As far as he's concerned, they clearly don't need him anymore. Can Barry live up to his new position? And will he ever get a moment's peace away from his adoring students? Now, we do not know how many episodes it is supposed to have. I watched the first 3 episodes and it seems pretty standard, a little bit above pretty standard fantasy in this regard. So you have this guy, and he has like a dojo where he teaches swordsmanship to like kids, whoever wants to get taught, in like a little village. And it turns out that some of his pupils, they went out into the world and started to become really famous. One of them elite knight, one of them elite adventurer, one of them is an ace wizard. And he's like, oh, you did really good. You know, I taught you the basics of swordsmanship and you took my training and you improved, and you are now here because you trained. But it seems like that he's really strong. It is a little bit strange. We do see later on a little clip of him as a little lad, and he wants to be like an adventurer. He goes into a dungeon, he gets beat up, and he runs back home and never picks up adventuring again. And this is mostly the story. So he gets invited, let's say invited, to be the special instructor for the order, for the Knights Order. And he's going to meet all of these pupils that are all, mostly, not all, mostly female. And he is instructing people. He seems pretty good at being a swordsman, but he's always playing himself down. This is always the problem. He's overly humble. So far there's that whatever people say, he's like, oh, I'm not that good. He's defeating the biggest, strongest people, and he's like, nah, it was luck. It reminds me a little bit of As Adventurer Daughter. I don't know the specific name, but where you had the black-haired Valkyrie, I believe was her nickname. And she has a dad who taught her and more or less brought her up as she was an orphan or something along those lines. And she trained him. And she's always saying, oh, he's so good and he's the best. And because she loves his dad, her dad. And he's like always, no, I'm not that strong. The same here. He's overly humble to a point where it's a little bit annoying, because he is defeating people that he should be proud of. He's definitely not a novice swordsman. He's definitely not an advanced one. He's pretty good from what we saw in the first 3 episodes. He's even really, really good from what we see in a later episode. Yeah, it's a little bit box standard because you do have all these girls surrounding him. A little bit, I mean, if you look into ages, it could be a little bit strange, but I mean, who cares? It's fantasy. And the problem is I don't really know where this is going. He's the instructor for the for the Knight's Order. He then gets into a little kerfuffle with the leader of the mages. And it's like, okay, he's a little bit fighting here and there. You see in the intro, there's like, or opening, there may be some stuff going on. But in the first 3 episodes, you don't see any overarching story at all. If there is one, you don't get to see it. It could also be just, hey, he's now living here, he's training, maybe he gets closer to his pupils, who knows. At the moment, it's like, it's not even comedy, really. It's mostly action, a little bit, I would say, slice of life. What do we have? Action, adventure, fantasy. Seems pretty spot on. We don't really have much adventuring at the moment, but maybe. People gave it a 7.2. I would give it a 7 out of 10. It's not bad. Definitely you can watch it. Is it going to become better? I don't know. Is it going to become worse? I don't think so. It is definitely better than the bog standard fantasy harem OP thing. Even though he seems pretty broken, strong, but we will have to see.